Welcome to another episode of the No Ceilings Podcast. I'm Tyler Metcalf, who totally forgot that the intro video was automatically set, so there's no cold open. And joining me, as always, is my co-host Tyler Rucker. Rucker, how we doing?
You don't need a cold open. It's the big board reaction. It's the stock game. People don't need any introduction. You see the title and you're like, holy crap, what an episode, what a day, what a life, Metcalf. I'm doing great. I need sleep, but I chugged the coffee. So I'm ready to roll, baby. How are we doing?
Incredible. Also, StreamYard introduced new vertical, and I don't know how to adjust that. So I think our faces are very close. So if you're watching that way, apologies. Maybe turn your screen. I don't know. We're working with what we got here. New technology, never my strong suit. But we got a loaded episode today, running through 1 through 60 of our first version of the big board. We got first series of buying and investing for the NBA draft stock game. We'll elaborate more on that once we get to it. And we got to update the green room. So loaded episode. Let's just dive right in. 1 through 5 on the No Ceilings composite big board. Again, we will share our individual rankings. These rankings are the composite board for everyone at No Ceiling. So there are 10 different boards that get averaged out into these rankings. So if you're like, wow, what idiots. I can't believe these two had player X this high. Maybe we didn't. We'll run through it all. But at number 1, let me share this. There we go. At number 1, Cameron Boozer, freshman forward from Duke. At number 2, Darren Peterson, freshman guard from Kansas. Number 3, AJ DeBonsa. Number 4, Michael Brown. Number 5, Caleb Wilson. Where do you want to start?
I was sort of proud that Michael's still at 4, but I also think that conversation's, that's going to be the more interesting debate at this point. I think the top 3 is like, hey, whatever order you have it in, fantastic.
Yeah.
But you get to 4 and 5, it's like, oh, that one actually is now becoming a real fun debate. What did you think, Metcalf? I'm going to try to figure this out on the fly with the vertical zoom. I just pulled it back up and I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone has to watch us like that. They're going to haunt your dreams.
Tilt it. I don't know what to do. Yeah, and I think the conversation right now is those two at 4 and 5, and obviously Caleb had the monster game against Kansas, looked everything like we wanted and hoped he would, and I was like, oh man, Michael kind of got off to a little slow start. That backcourt, they're not quite gelling yet, and then he came out and had a monster game himself, and put his own stamp on the season of like, hey guys, like I know you're all excited about the top 3 and Caleb Wilson and Neo Abdalas and Nate Ament and Tunde doing some stuff at Baylor, but you really forgot about me. I thought he looked terrific. I love the at-rim stuff. I think we're starting to see that physical development start to come into play. He got to the line. I think he was 10 of 11 from the line, like 5 of 6 from 2-point range, got downhill, played super physical. I thought he looked really, really good. So whether you have him at 4, whether you have him at 5, I think that interchange between these two guys right now, I don't think there's a wrong answer, kind of similar to the top 3 where it's like, all right, it's kind of dealer's choice here.
Yeah. I thought Mikel had a very, very big opportunity against Kentucky. I thought going into that game, I even wrote, I know ceilingsinva.com because I'm doing a lot of scouting notebook stuff this year. And I wrote about that. I was like, this is a big statement game. Caleb Wilson had it against Kansas. Now this is Mikel's time right now. They had a couple tune-up games where if you watch the tape, I think you saw a lot of really good stuff for a young guard. And that I watched the Kentucky game. He looked fantastic. So I love Caleb, but this is going to be like we're finding out. I mean, we knew this because, we don't lie to people. We don't lie to the fans, but I think fans are also finding out right now. It's like, no, the hype's real with this one. It has a chance to be special. It has the chance to be unique. I never use the G word because it's a ridiculous word for something that we don't know yet, but this could be a really fun one, Metcalf. So, yeah, that's all.
What was this your top 5?
Sorry, I was distracted because I was trying to figure that out, and then I gave up.
We're doing a show. Pay attention.
I am paying a show. I can do both. This was my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no problem with it. Now, I've tinkered. It's gonna be really tough for me not to have Caleb at 4.
I currently have Caleb at 4.
Yeah, I think I might have moved Caleb up to 4 because I had Mikkel there forever, and then I think I really like Mikkel. Like, so I don't know. Those two I just feel great about. It's a funny. If we joked in the beginning of the year of like, can we have the big three as 1A, 1B, 1C? I think then it would be like 2A, 2B. Like, I love both these guys for different reasons.
Okay, let's move on to 6 through 10. At 6, Tunde Yesufu from Baylor. At 7, Nate Ament from Tennessee, excuse me. At 8, Koa Pete from Arizona. At 9, Jaden Quaintance from Kentucky. And at 10, Braylon Mullins from UConn.
Hit me. What do you got?
A little surprised Quaintance was that high, but I kind of get it. Kind of surprised Ament was that high, honestly, just given how some of the conversations with him have gone in the, in the offline chat and some of the concerns we've seen with him. But at the end of the day, he's also a lethal shooter at 6'10". So I was a little surprised, but also totally get it.
I haven't watched his last game. I know he's starting to put up some better production. So I get a couple prospects every year where I'm like, all right, let me get about 3 or 4 games at a pop. I don't want to go game by game basis, or it's like Nate, I'm like, give me 4 or 5 that I could watch in a row to kind of get a feel of like what got better in this game. Like, funny enough, I think Tunde and Nate are going to be guys I do that with to start the year. Like, I want to get a couple games in a row. What are your thoughts? Besides, I thought Nate a little high, but I was also like, I will say this to everyone. The first big board is such a just like, hey, you're dipping your toe. There's a lot of
variance.
There's so much variance. Like, we get a lot of comments. Someone was like, hey, Adai Mara. I'm like, guys, you would be shocked how many votes and how many names get submitted for like the first couple of big boards because everyone's passionate. Everyone has like their own guys they really believe in. So yeah, we have ridiculous submissions. It's absurd. So I always say like the second or third one every year, you see the big movement and you see like, oh, yeah, there you go. I think one year we had Keegan Murray and Johnny Davis. Gosh, my son, Johnny. I think they were second rounders like to start the year in the first installment and then, jumped up like 20 spots. So moving on. What were your any disagreements on your side from this?
Tunde's way too high for me. I like Tunde. I want him to be good.
I always have to confirm. High as in
I have
1?
Him at
yes,
correct. I have him at 12. For what it's worth.
I've cool.
Like him. I think he has a ton of upside. I thought he looked kind of just flat out bad in that Washington game. And the way they used him was less than ideal. And he basically just spotted up in the corner the entire time. And it's like, if that's how you're going to use him, you're taking away all of his downhill magic and threat and versatility. I thought he looked better on defense, especially on ball. I really liked how he sat down in a stance and slid his feet and stuff. But I still think there's a lot of uncertainty in his game and a lot of variance between how it could go wrong, how it could go right. But the way they were using him kind of suggested to me, it's like, oh, they may not trust him yet. And I think that's a little concerning because I would like to see him a little on ball, not just as a primary creator, but like put him in actions, create advantages for him. Don't just have him spotting up on the weak side because I don't think that's who he is as a player when he's at his best.
He's going to be a tough one. You really could fall in love with Tunde pretty easily. If you're around him, if you see him like at his best, you could fall in love pretty quick. Oh, yeah. But I think Tunde's
and he's grown a ton just in the last year.
Yeah. He's getting better. It's just one of those where I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be as ready as we expect right away. I'll be honest. I have, I lied earlier. I had Mullins way higher than this. I think this is too low. I think everyone's sleeping on Mullins too much. I know he can't prove it right now because he's coming back from the ankle injury. I think he's a top 6 guy in this class. I know I'm saying that with, I'm going uphill compared to everybody else looks great right now, but I think Mullins is that. Like, for all the questions I have about Tunde, they seem like I'm going to be fine with Mullins. It's just Mullins is going to have a better roster, obviously.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him get back on the
Yep.
court, be healthy. I have him at 7, so a couple spots higher, but the same general tier. All right, let's move on to 10 through 15, or 11 through 15, excuse me. At 11, Bennett Sturts from Iowa, 12, LeBaron Philon at Alabama, 13, Dame Sarr at Duke, 14, Thomas Houck at Florida, 15, Chris Senek Jr. from Houston. What stood out to you?
I'll be honest. I think Sanak. I'm gonna say both all year, and just I'll be right half the time, shooting 50% from the field. I think I think this is a good number. I think this is a right number because I think if you're trying to think of him as like a top 6, top 7 guy right now, it's just like no, you got to play the long game and you got to be patient. At first, I was like, oh, this might be a little low, but then I was like, oh, this is fine. Thomas Houck at 14 made me proud.
That felt a little lofty. I like Houck a lot.
But is
14
it
felt a
though?
little lofty.
You'd be shocked if he goes lottery.
I ain't shocked. No. A little surprised about a junior who's never really proven to be an awesome shooter going lottery. Yeah.
I think he's just though like when you're picking late lottery, you're a team that normally now there's so many damn trades. I don't know. You're normally thinking you're close to being in the playoff contention. So I think Thomas would be
Oh, he's a coach's dream. Just the way he plays, he's
yeah.
inevitable. And the slashing and the handle have improved a ton this year. I think he's by far been Florida's best player this year, and it's not even close. This isn't an indictment on Houck as a individual player in a vacuum. Just kind of surprised me he was that high.
Yeah. Completely understand. Dame at 13 was fun. Sturts at 11. Sturts is gonna be a tough one.
Again, it's really similar thing to Houck, where it's like, I think he's really good. I think he's going to be a good pro, but again, he's older, and I think a lot of people are still in the prove it stage. It won't shock me if he goes like in that late lottery range, though.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to have an outstanding year to get there. Look, every year I like the upperclassmen. They just don't go this high.
Yeah, the NBA constantly shows us what they value and what they appreciate, and very, very, very rarely is it upperclassmen this high.
It would it shock me if Sturts goes lottery and ends up being a really solid backup role player, like at a high level for years and years and years to come? Would it shock me if he goes later to a good team and is, Peyton Pritchard? Those are both really good outcomes.
They are. I would be shocked if he didn't have any career whatsoever. Like I think he's going to stick around for a long time. Just at what level, I'm not entirely sure. But that's also kind of the beauty of the difference between mock drafts and big boards, where it's like these big boards are kind of all of our thinking of how good these guys could be versus predicting where we think they'll go in a draft, which is a totally different conversation.
Completely understand.
Okay, 16 through 20. Look how we're just flying through this.
Stacked episode. We're too jacked up. This is where we get fun.
Speaking of mock drafts, go over to the No Ceilings YouTube channel. Check out the mock draft video that Corey put up, and subscribe while you're there. All right, at 16, Yaxel Lundeberg from Michigan. 17, Isaiah Evans from Duke. 18, Hans Steinbeck from Washington. 19, Sean Abaya from Cincinnati. And 20, Nick Hemenia from Duke.
This is like the range of the big board where you just get a flamethrower out and it's either you're happy or you're just like pure chaos. There's so much like plant your flag with a couple of these guys. A lot of spiciness. Hit me with it. What stood out to you the most?
17. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Who would you swap him with? Or where do you have him?
9.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I thought those were 6'6" sniper, growing in versatility and composure and effectiveness as an off-ball scorer. Some fun little playmaking flashes as an off-ball mover. I don't think anyone in the country moves as well without the ball as he does. and I
Well,
think he's going to
Braylon
be a good
Mullins hasn't
defender.
played yet. That's why.
Well, yeah, because he's hurt, because he can't stay healthy, unlike Isaiah Evans, who's out there running marathons every
Easy.
game.
Easy.
I have Mullins higher. Settle down.
I know you do. But that's even the point is you've got Mullins up and you've got Isaiah up. Like, I think I'm in the same boat. Like, if you don't like Isaiah, or if you like Mullins and you don't like Isaiah, and vice versa, movement guys, really smart, upside.
Why does it have to be one or the other?
No, I'm just saying those are both really important in the eyes of NBA teams. And I think they're both players that are just scratching the surface. I mean, I know Mullins, you have to be able to be a sicko and watch the high school stuff, but when you watch that stuff, it's ridiculous. Now, staying with Isaiah Evans, I think he's been fantastic. The game looks like it's slowed down to him. He's going to have a very big year. So I think he's going to be a name that I expect to go up in the next one, or else me and Metcalf get to have fun with some chats off the line.
Hans Steinbeck, the other one, who I think next month's version is going to be a lot higher.
Think so. He's gonna be an interesting one to ask around, because I wonder if that could be a secret. Draft fans are going to be higher than teams.
Ooh, how come? Expand on that.
I think now I have him high, so everyone don't come shoot the messenger. I think teams are always at first glance going to look at this type of big and be like, could we find that each year? Now, I think that's the first thought when you're first seeing someone. If you get to watch them more and they're doing it at a high level and it's a lengthier season and you have more volume, then I think you go, maybe I was wrong on that one. But I just dipping my toe first around the league. I feel like that was and I was not happy on the phones when I got that feedback. I was like, excuse me, Hans is my guy. So I think there's a lot of really good stuff with his game that I think he's going to showcase as the year goes on. And I don't think this is your, you can get a big every year. It's like, well, you don't get special ones like this. I love Hans.
Yeah, I think his the just absurd rebound. Like, he's not just a good rebounder. He is an inevitable, unstoppable rebounder. And he is just dominant on the glass, on both ends of the floor, regardless of what competition he plays in. Whatever it is, he's putting up ridiculous rebounding numbers, and that's so valuable, generating extra possessions, killing defensive possessions, and then he's so good finishing on the inside, and I think there's some really, really fun passing upside with him too. Yaxel at 16 kind of surprised me. Felt a little high for a 24-year-old. Not to be ageist, but
Yaxel at 16 or Abayev at 19?
I mean, personally pass on
this
both.
or that. This or that.
No.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Can we get Yaxel at 16? You have to pick one of them for the whole year if you had to make a permanent big board. Yaxel at 16 or Abayev at 19?
Oh boy. Yaxel.
Okay. Hey, look I'm not hating on Nevaev. I get the intrigue. 6'8" guard will get you in your feelings anytime. And Yaxel, I thought this. I was a little shocked. I love Yaxel, but I thought this was a bit like, whoa, that's a big number. It's a big number for Yaxel.
Yeah, and obviously he was dealing with the hand injury. Game 1, where he came off the bench, was really bad against Wake. Just couldn't buy a shot. It's almost like he was playing like too unselfish, and like forcing extra passes and forcing just unnecessary reads when he had open looks. So, what does it look like after a couple more games? That chemistry continues to build up. The hand gets a little healthier. He's super skilled, but again, kind of going back to that conversation that we had previously, it's like, what do NBA teams value? And historically, it's unfortunately not that. Anything else on Abayev or Hemenia? I like Hemenia a lot, but again, this is a little rich for me.
It's rich. It's not too rich for me. That is a statement there of you like him, but you like the guys on the No Ceilings team. You like him, but you're not sure if this is this year guy. Yeah. And now we're getting to the point for the first board of the year. You're getting to a point of like 20 on is like, any freshmen, I like them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see if he's going to be ready or not. Because that's why big boards at the beginning of the year are so tough. It's like ridiculously hard to be like, oh, spot on. I don't need to change my board at all because guys just don't play or guys come out cold. And, then you're like, oh, gosh, does he stink? It's like, no,
Yeah, and
sometimes they just take time.
Like I have him at 28. I really like how he plays. I'm just not sure the production's necessarily going to be there to warrant one and
Exactly.
done. So
You
it's
could have
gonna
a
be
28 and
really
next year have him
frustrating.
at 10 to start the year.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. It's just going to be a really frustrating eval, but just because the process and the style of play I love, but it's like, oh man, is that NBA ready? And I'm not entirely sure that it is. All right, let's move on to 21 through 25. At 21, Malik Thomas from Arkansas. 22, Pat Ngongba from Duke. At 23, Carter Knox at Arkansas. 24, Darius Acuff at Arkansas. And 25, Tahad Pettiford from Auburn.
I can't believe it's like the Arkansas run. Making the graphics, I was like, are you kidding me? Does this really happen? I don't know where to start. Go ahead. To you, Mr. Metcalf.
I think I made the move after this round of our boards were due. Carter Knox has plummeted for me. I'm about 1 or 2 more games away from just being like, I'll see you next year.
He had a big last game. I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on it. But I'm behind on a couple games, and I wanted to sit down and really focus on the Michigan State game, and then kind of see how they all responded. But
yeah, and they played Samford, so
I know a lot of these teams do. That's what you like to see.
Or no, they have Samford next. Sorry, they have Central Arkansas.
Carter's just a tough one because you get to a point with the sophomore year where you're like waiting and you're like, do we see the same thing? Is this the same? So I'll be patient. I'm being patient with all these guys. I've loved what I've seen from Malik. I loved what I've seen from Acuff. They had if they looked unbelievable on the road at Michigan State, I would have been like, oh gosh, they're human now. That freshmen, their first tough game on the road, hostile environment, they struggle a little bit. It's okay. So this is a tough range because they might not be the hottest names right now. I thought Pat might have been like maybe more in that Yoxel territory at 16 because I just thought
he's got some big fans on the team.
Yeah, I thought, and I just was a little shocked. I was like, wow, I thought there was bigger fans. I like Pat a lot. He's the only thing was medicals. If medicals check out, I like Pat a lot. It's just gotta stay healthy. Can't play if you're not healthy.
And with these Arkansas guys, I was really underwhelmed with how they looked against Michigan State, especially Knox. And you take 1 field goal attempt while you're out there and have 4 turnovers. It's brutal. And he looked unconfident. He looked unsure. Malik, when he played off ball and played simple and just took what the defense gave him, good things happened. He's just way too easy to bait him into over dribbling and overcomplicating things. And it's just stuff that has to get worked out of his game. And I think these next couple of games for them, where they have Samford, Winthrop, and Jackson State, like, I don't really care what their numbers look like, but I think that's a really good coaching opportunity for Calipari and the rest of that staff to really work that stuff out of them, start to instill some confidence, because then they have Duke and then Louisville on the 27th and the 3rd. And those are going to be the games where I'm like, all right, is this looking the same as it did against Michigan State? Because if so, we're going to have some uncomfortable conversations. But if we're seeing real growth with the speed of decision-making and playing simple and executing your role and elevating the play of your teammates, then it's like, all right, cool. Now we're really talking about that more of that top 20 ranking that we hope that they continue to climb into.
Yeah, like I still got Malik up in my top 20. I love the tools and at 6'5" and the desire. Like he looks like he cares. That's also what I love about the preseason, or the early season, big time matchups, is you also give them some time to be like, hey, here's what it's like when all of a sudden the competition is just big boy stuff. You get to regroup a little bit and then go back. Like Mikael Brown, what he did after it was some, no offense to the tune-up games, but they played Kansas in the exhibition. He has a couple tune-up games, and all of a sudden he just took his game to another level. that's what I want to see now with Arkansas. Is I want to see how those guys respond when it goes back to like, oh, we got another tough game coming up. Like, okay, now you guys had a taste of how serious it gets and the difference. How can you respond? So all the Arkansas guys this year, A-Cuff, I've been more impressed like with the beginning of the year flashes than I was expecting. I think he could still be a big riser. So I'm going to be patient with a lot of those guys on the Arkansas team.
Yeah, and I think A-Cuff's done a really good job overall of adjusting to having to play more of that kind of combo, having to play on, having to play off as well. Because at IMG, he ran the show. He did everything. And that's not the case at Arkansas because they have just so many ball handlers, so many decision makers. So I think he's done a really good job so far of adjusting to that. And Calipari guards always get so much better throughout the year. So what they look like in January compared to now, going to be super important. And then, in March compared to now. So we always look for and hope for growth. Anything on Tahad Pettiford?
No, too early. Too early in the year to give Tyrone or Pettiford evaluations. I need to watch a lot more Auburn stuff.
Okay, moving on to 26 through 30. At 26, we have Tyrone Riley IV from San Francisco. At 27, Christian Anderson at Texas Tech. At 28, Caden Boozer at Duke. 29, Neo Avdalas at Virginia Tech. And 30, Braden Burries at Arizona.
If this range had a name, it would be, this is going to look a lot different soon.
Go on.
The tough part is this came out. Our submissions were in before the Neo game. So I was just making the graphics and I was like, oh, the line on the line is going to just be a tough place. Luckily, people understood what happened. But I think this is a range where everyone's also showing that they believe in a guy. I don't have Caden Boozer this high. I'm sorry. I know there's people out there that really like him. And it's more of, I don't think Caden's a one and done guy in this class. I think he could play. I think he's
super smart.
I think he should be starting for them. But I don't know if he's a one and done because of how much firepower this class has. So that one's a little high for me. Neo's not going to be in the 20s next time, I have a feeling.
No, he is not. He's in my top 10 currently. He was not when these boards were submitted, obviously.
I think I had him in like the 30s when these got submitted. And then the other night, I was like, I had him where?
Yeah. I had him like 36 or something because it's like that range of like 15 guys of like, let's see what it looks like in college.
That's exactly that's why I hate the preseason boards.
Incredible
because I put him at 30 and I was like, I just want to see it. And then I watched the Providence game and I was like, he's not at 30 anymore. It's like, goodness, look great. Now, some stuff I want him to work on, but he looks great. He looks fantastic. So he's going to be a very popular name. Their schedule is very favorable for the next month and a half. I got another scouting notebook coming about it. I'm breaking it down, and I'm like, oh, he could go on a heater for a bit, folks. Him and Adai Mara have very favorable schedules coming up.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm focusing too much on that one. Anybody else? I think Burries at 30 kind of had like some. Okay, I get it, but it was like, oh. At 30, huh? And then I was like, oh, that seems right. When you're just like expecting a name to be higher, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, or lower.
No, I had him right in this range. I still really like the foundation of his game, but I think there's still so much for him to prove. And he was always a streaky shooter in high school, and I think we're kind of seeing that now too. But once the shots start falling, I think things are going to look a little different. Get that confidence boosted and start taking advantage of that scoring versatility, that strength to get downhill. So yeah, I think he's one just gotta be a little patient with, but eventually stuff has to start clicking and falling into place. Tyrone Riley, I'm not sure there's a player that I've been more disappointed in so far this year.
Pretty bummed. I was following the box score last night, just being like, can you just give me something to get excited about with some late night film? I feel like he started out the game and I was like, oh man, is this going to be the Tyrone Riley game? And I looked like, when you forget to recheck the box score for a while because you're just like, you're watching film on another thing or you're doing another project for no ceiling. Maybe that's just me and slip into madness. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, let me see what he's doing now. And it's like, He scored 2 points in that much time. I was like, what happened? Where were we? So I don't know. It's tough.
It's just really frustrating because it all looks the exact same as last year. Whereas, like, I know it's only a couple games, but he has a usage of 17. Like, I thought the whole point of going back to San Francisco specifically was to showcase a higher usage and to showcase more of his capabilities. He could have gotten paid and gone anywhere to stand in the corner and do nothing. Instead, he's staying at San Francisco, and it feels like a wasted opportunity so far. Obviously, so much season left. Yada yada yada. We know, and I really hope things change because I think there's some really fun skill there. The shot looks a lot smoother and more comfortable than it did last year, but just the process of everything, it's like, what did you improve on besides your standstill jumper? And I'm not seeing it. And he's too talented. There's too much upside for him to just be relegated to spotting up in the corner while everyone else dribbles the air out of the ball. And at some point, go get the ball. Like,
Right.
just do something other than being complacent and okay with being an afterthought on offense. It's just been really frustrating. Like the box score numbers, they're not great. Like, they are what they are. He's been efficient as a scorer, but it's more so the process and the usage and his involvement that is the biggest concern and frustration for me.
Yeah, it's a tough. I'll throw a draft philosophy question your way, like a mind melter. Would you be happier with the timid returner or the returner that comes out and just is like, oh man, you gotta calm down the shots? You know, one of those like, you're way too like out of control, turnovers, you're just erratic. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're just like, it's my time now. And you're like, maybe it shouldn't be your time now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the timid, I think you could get warmed up to like him. Just like some coach could probably grab him and be like, hey, what did you come back here for? Like, let's get you going. Like, you got to be more aggressive. But if you have a guy that's just like, oh, it's my time now, I think that could get a little bit harder to work with. So I get what you're saying. It's just, is it going to take a while before he's just like, enough's enough? I got to get rolling.
Yeah, like,
I don't want to overreact to like, oh, he's not going to be any good. That's not true at all. I just think sometimes it takes a guy's a little bit of time to be like, hey, you need to go be a little bit of a killer on the court now. You don't need to be the perfect teammate all the time. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah, like if he transferred to Duke or Kentucky or North Carolina or Florida or Purdue or something and was timid, it'd be like, okay, cool. You're in a new setting, you're at a new school, new coaching staff, new teammates. You're trying to figure it out. He's in the exact same spot he was last year with their high usage point guard gone. Like,
he's playing the way I thought Dom Massar was going to start the year off.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
And they're playing
also, I'm not going to
different styles.
Exactly. I'm not going to ignore Christian Anderson. I thought I was a little shocked he was down here.
Yeah, I his pick and roll creation has looked outstanding. It looks like it did in FIBA with Germany. Name I got to make a shot.
Yeah,
that'd be helpful.
That was a tough Illinois game because JT Toppin was just, JT Toppin. But Anderson, I was just like, gosh, if he hits a couple shots, they're going to be in this. And then I was like, oh, man, it's just one of those games where like, they don't have it. Yeah, they don't have it tonight. It's not Texas Tech tonight. We keep going. Okay. Speaking of.
Okay. At 31 through 40 here, we'll speed through the 30 through 60. 31 Magoon Gawath at San Diego State. 32 JT Toppin at Texas Tech. 33 Paul McNeil at North Carolina State. 34 Kareem Lopez at the New Zealand Breakers. 35 Dwayne Aristode at Arizona. 36 Adrian Woolley at Louisville. 37 Alex Condon at Florida. 38 Ryan Conwell from Louisville. 39 Dash Daniels playing for Melbourne United. And 40 Isaiah Harwell at Houston. What pops for you?
A lot. I think this is the range where you start ripping Band-Aids off if you're just not in on a guy to start the year. And maybe it's overreactions, but there's just some guys that get up here that you're like, okay, I can tell people are believing pretty early. I could tell this is a fan favorite section with the no ceilings guys like going into the season.
I think there are a lot of guys in this group where some people had them like top 20 and others had them outside the top 60.
That's why the first board's nuts, because people don't realize that you get someone, it's legit. Like guys will be 20th or top 25 on some people's individual boards that don't make the cut because there's so many names, and so it's just all over the place. Or like you said, they're 25 and they end up going, they're 58th on the top 60. You're like, how? Like, I think I had Blake Harper like in my first round. He was 60. I was like, cool, guys, thanks for believing with me. So
that's looking rough.
Yeah, that one's looking rough too. It's looking real rough. But you're trying to plant a flag. You're trying to believe a little bit, and Blake just looks like he looks like Tyrone Riley. He looks like he transferred, dude, but he transferred. Yeah, we're staying there. Go, Adrian Woolley. I'm a little bummed about.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the odd man out in that Louisville backcourt. Shot looks good. He just looks like he's trying to figure out how to make an impact and where he fits in that offense. And so far, he's an afterthought to Brown, Conwell, and McNeely even.
Yeah.
Just because McNeely's a little more of a seamless fit, just dead-eye shooter. But
I mean, Condon seems high to me.
He's been bad. He's just been flat out bad.
He's been bad. A lot of guys I'm kind of getting ruthless with this year. I think this is the right range for Kareem Lopez. I know people might not like it at first. I think this is good. I was pleased with that.
Yeah, if I was an NBA team and he was sitting in this spot, I'd be pretty pumped to jump all over that.
I think if you love him and he has an interview process, that's great. Now, look, I'm saying beginning of the year film. We know how quickly stuff can change, and I'm going to give him the full season. But he's never been my cup of tea, and I think he's got some tools to be special. Like if he had a great pre-draft process, great second half of the season or rest of the year, if I was a GM, I'd probably take him late first round just because of the upside and the age and the positional stuff. But I thought he was supposed to be a defensive specialist, and haven't seen it yet. But we're gonna scouting's the whole year. Big night the other day, Mr. Paul Metcalf.
He's look good. He's looking out different.
He looks like what we wanted Tyrone Riley to look.
But he's been fun.
Yeah.
That NC State team as a whole is playing some really fun basketball. Darren Williams is doing some stuff. He had a monster game the other day.
Yeah.
Paul McNeil's just looked really solid. I'm blanking on who they were playing the other day, but he started off and like airballed like 3 straight threes in like all different directions. Like one was short, one was way right, the other was like way long. And I'm like, oh no, well, what is my sweet prince doing? What happened? And then like he made like the next like 4 or 5 like nothing but net. So I was like, okay, don't love those first ones, but let's figure that out. I think he could be a sneaky riser next time, but they also need to play someone. Aristode finally did something against Northern Arizona.
He'll be fine. So, there's a lot of guys. It takes a couple of months to figure it out. No, I'm not out. Conwell, I like Conwell, man. I like Conwell.
Really good.
Moved him up.
How high is too high?
I feel like there's an area I'm already starting to see with the boards where I get to like late teens, where I'm like, here's the gap to take advantage of, and then now late teens on seems like a pretty good run to go claim your territory, but I think every year that I kind of see that, it waters down a little bit. So I feel like last year it was getting past like 11 or 12-ish. I was like, okay, there's someone can jump up here. Right now, I could see Conwell being on some teams board a little higher. Even though he's older, he's not that old for like it's a good senior age. And he's an important piece. You need that. Like you need that versatile, good size combo guard that's a little feisty and smart. And every time I watch him, I'm like, gosh, he could play. He got some good chemistry with Miguel right now. Like they look really good on the court.
Yeah, was awesome. It was so much fun.
He looks like a annoying player to play defense against, just because he's so smart with the cutting and the off ball movement too. So yeah, I don't know how high for you? 20s?
I have him at 31, and it kind of feels like, all right,
I would
senior
be doing a
6'4" shooting
backflip if I
guard.
got him in the second round. I would do a backflip.
Yeah,
but I could see it. I get it. I
I
don't
was
think
like,
31.
do I really want to take a senior 6'4" shooting guard first round? That's just like I'm purely talking
What's my situation?
value. Well, exactly.
Am I the Thunder? Might take him at 18. No, I'm saying late teens as if like, oh, he has an unbelievable year. He's solid. The intel's great. You know, interviews are fantastic. I probably could see him being a sneaky like, oh, he went 26th. You know, or one of those that you're like, we're not rolling the dice to wait to try to get him to the second. We love him, but
especially if you have multiple first.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have like one in the top 10 and then one in the 20s or something, you swing in the top 10, grab him in the 20s. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart teams take these guys into the first, or they maneuver back a little bit to be like, okay, we got the first pick tomorrow. We're getting them.
Okay, let's move on to 41 through 50. At 41, Boogie Fland at Florida. 42, Otega Owe at Kentucky. 43, Terrace Reed at UConn. 44, Xavier Lee at Florida. 45, Cam Williams at Kentucky. 46, Flory Badunga at Kansas. 47, Tomislav Ivicic at Illinois. 48, my sweet Prince Billy Richmond III at Arkansas. 49, London Jemison at Alabama. And at 50, Miles Byrd, San Diego State.
I need you to take this section.
This felt like a lot of ugly. Range.
A lot of ugly.
Don't like this range at all. Let's just stay with Florida. Kill two birds with one stone here. I really like the process of Fland and Xavier and how they're playing, slashing, attacking the rim, creating for others. Boogie's hands on defense have been awesome. They can't shoot. And I was really optimistic that Florida could really have an awesome chance at repeating this year. I don't think they have a shot in hell. They have no perimeter shooters, no perimeter shot creators.
I mean, do they have anyone on the bench that they're going to potentially, it's going to be like, oh, coach has figured it out? Ingram, maybe?
Maybe, but his shot's still kind of all over the place. Like I don't trust him off movement.
Brown, I don't know. It's too early. This is a team it's too early, and then conference play comes around and switch flips. I don't. It's like so hard to overreact.
If they grabbed like one of Flander Lee and then instead brought in Tyrone Riley or something, or snagged Adrian Woolley instead. I think they would look a lot better because, like, obviously they lost Walter Clayton, who was an absurd on-ball shooter and shot maker last year, but they also lost Will Richard, who did a lot of that kind of stuff as the tertiary guy on the perimeter. They also lost Elijah Martin, who occasionally did some of that stuff as well. And Fland and Lee just aren't that type of player.
Yeah, you tried to replace Elijah Martin with Boogie Fland, which is like you're forgetting of the nasty freak of nature. That's the problem.
He just doesn't have the strength that Elijah had.
Yeah, well, so if you're going to try to replace guys, you have to you can't try to say, hey, well, we can get Xavier Lee to be Walter Clayton. No, you can't. And we'll get Boogie Fland to be Elijah Martin. No, because it's just like Boogie's never going to be the dunking posters on people all the time. And then, Will Richard, I think those guys are so valuable in college basketball. Yeah. The specialist that can
the NBA.
And the NBA. So like the analytics darling that can shoot the crap out of the ball. So I'm gonna give Florida a little bit of time. They'll figure it out. A lot of these really smart coaches, they're gonna quickly realize like, okay, we gotta get to work now. Like we gotta see what we can do.
Like they're gonna be good, but it's been a little concerning how much they've struggled in the 2 games they've played against real teams.
Yeah, I agree.
And no shade at Florida State. I like how they've looked all year. Shout out Robert McRae V. He looks like a dog playing awesome basketball. But Florida should have won that game a lot more easily than they did. Kind of similar vibes with the Kentucky guys. I've never been a huge Otega Owe guy. I guess if you're getting him mid to late second, okay. Cam Williams falls into that Tyrone Riley boat of what are we doing here? Like
there's so many Tyrone Riley drive-bys I was not intending on this early in the year, but yeah.
But like if
Kentucky,
you're returning, I need to see something. I need to see some juice.
Otega's been a guy I've liked, but we're watching the same guy every year.
Yeah,
he needs to buy in on being a defensive specialist and a tough slasher, and does not need to start to try to be what he's not. He's not going to give, this year. I think Kentucky fans are thinking he's going to be a guy they can give the ball to whenever, and he's going to be the guy that carries them. Like, no, it's not Otega.
Yeah,
he is a defensive specialist, dog, competitive, momentum plays that you need to have offense around him. You don't need him to be the offense. So I like Otega. I'm still, he got a year older. So I'm still like, he's a mid to late second round guy for me that you're hoping to get probably. Terrace Reed's the one I want to see Saturday against BYU. Yeah. I want to see what he can do.
Yeah, that's going to be a really, really fun matchup going up against Keita. Obviously, how can Reed control the paint against him, but also Robert Wright's downhill pressure, AJ DeBonce's downhill pressure. And we'll be breaking all that down on the night shift right after the game over on the No Ceilings YouTube channel. Come hang out Saturday night. It'll be a fun time. Let's see, rest of this range. Ivicic didn't play in that Tech game, unfortunately. Billy Richmond feels like a guy you either love him or hate him. London Jemison, being patient with. Miles Bird, I haven't been able to dive in, but nice to see he was, I think, 5 of 8 shooting from outside in their opener. Anything else for you on this range?
No, I mean, Jemison just hasn't gotten.
I think he got 6 minutes tonight against Purdue.
Yeah, pretty tough. And then Miles Bird is Miles Bird. Bird is the word. So you either love him or it's a lot of, hey, you'll either love him or you don't. I imagine this range has very different outcomes next time.
Agreed. Okay, let's wrap up top 60 at 51. JoJo Tugler from Houston, 52 Tucker DeVries at Indiana, 53 Alex Caravan at UConn, 54 Henry Vasar at North Carolina, 55 Wesley Yates III at Washington, 56 Omer Meyer at Purdue, 57 John Blackwell at Wisconsin, 58 Donovan Dent UCLA, 59 Darren Harris at Duke, and 60 Blake Harper at Creighton.
My sweet boy Blake Harper. I feel like I'm responsible for him making the top 6. You know what? Why I was laughing in this range is funny. This is the Austin Powers. Why won't you die? Because they just keep showing up every year. Alex Caravan and Tucker DeVries, preseason big board for years to come. Look, it's a lot of guys that you just kind of feel good, like, hey, I still haven't given up on, and. I think Tucker and Caravan are guys that obviously draw a lot of heat in the ceilings chats, and they could play. They wouldn't shock us if they play a long time in the NBA, but it's one of those you're just like, oh, man, you're still here?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be good this year, but it's just one of those like every time.
Tucker looked great against Marquette. He looked really good, but it's like
he looks great when he's on the court. He looks great when he's on the court.
Can we get
He's going to be the Kristaps Porzingis. You're just going to put him in bubble wrap for most of the year and then be like, can you just play in the playoffs? Like, no, you know what I'm saying?
What are we
I don't
doing?
like the Henry Vasar ranking really actually like pissed me off. I went back and checked like 4 times. Was it a mistake? It's like, did someone forget to put him?
I have him at 20.
Yeah, I got him. I think I have him mid or early 30s. Maybe like 20, maybe I moved him back up into like the 28 range. I think he's going to be a late first, early second round pick.
I'd be really surprised if he's not at least a top 40 guy pick.
Doing the graphics, it was Tucker, Caravan, Vasar. I was like, wait. Hold on. I almost had a stroke. Like, I was like, is this right? And
it's like I get some of the concerns. It's like, yeah, he's never been an awesome defensive rebounder. He's been an insane offensive rebounder. And, I guess 7-footers who can space the floor, pass, and rim run and block a lot of shots and defend in space just aren't everyone's cup of tea. I
know Vasar's weaknesses. He has too many positives. I've seen it in Arizona. It's the same thing I'm seeing at North Carolina.
Yeah, after the Kansas game, I got some pushback of like, oh, well, did you see how many turnovers he had? And it's like, when is he ever going to be asked to try and create his own shot? Like, he got a little excited in that game and tried to take some guys off the dribble, and second defenders came in and poked it loose. Cool. He's never, ever going to be asked to or allowed to do that in the NBA. And I don't care, because we
less
saw how good he
attention
was
in NBA.
picking and popping. We saw how good he was rim running. Like,
but the same people that don't want, the same people that'll complain about that miss the next game when he does that and throws a gorgeous backdoor dime to some cutter, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. He is you take him hot and cold. Besar.
Yeah.
You have him on the court and he's awesome. He literally could change. He could have your team going on a 12-2 run because of himself, just because of the activity, the energy. He struggles with physicality with bigger bigs. Bigger bigs can manhandle him very easily in the paint. It's fine, but it's like he also is a floor spacer. He's got good feel. He plays really, really hard. So sometimes he's going to make some mistakes because of effort, which is fine. You love that. And everything I'm saying, like the pick and pop weapon, good feel, high motor, tries his butt off of, and can shoot it a little bit. That's going in the early second round. Worst. Like teams are going to foam their mouth at 7 foot. So if you can, he's the type of like Luke Cornett with Victor. You'd love to get that. Like just some like he's really good at his role, and he has backup behind him to play defense. So like, I'm not saying Besar is going to be Luke Cornett right out of the gate, but I'm just saying you'd like to draft him with that idea of like small ball 5 or a floor spacing 4 that can play with your big 5. So that's I don't know. I was shocked at 54. I was like, wow.
Wesley Yates,
so
unfortunately,
56 next time.
Wesley Yates, the hot shooting finish to last year, unfortunately hasn't carried over. A lot of ball left. Hopefully, he finds that groove again. John Blackwell, probably a guy who's going to be a lot higher next time as well, would be my guess. Playing really well. Anyone else in this range for you? That Creighton team's struggling so much more than I thought they would.
Yeah, I thought they were going to look a little better. Blake looks like, I watched some of the games, he looks like he's just trying to kind of not do too much. And then when he tries to do stuff, he's a little over. Blackwell, I thought I was a little shocked with that one. Hold on, Metcalf. I'm trying to. So I had Besar at 32. I'm pulling up my board right now. Merez Johnson, I'm shocked didn't make the list.
I have
even
a lot
those
higher.
I'm with you. Even though some people don't love him. Sergio De La Rey not making the top 60 was shocking to me. Thought Dalen Swain should have been involved. There's a lot of guys on my list that I think
Dalen Swain was a real surpriser for me too. He's another guy I have top 40 who wasn't on here.
Bryson Tiller. I think it's just too early still. But that one. Chase Ross, Thrill the Chase, Daimara for sure deserves to be in that top 60 now. I haven't caught up, but because this is why I want to watch the Michigan State game. But Cam Ward,
he's not this year guy, but he's fun. And he's like a 6'7" power forward. Really, really, really good athlete, super strong, fun play finisher, awesome rebounder. Just needs to show a little more offensive versatility if he's going to be a this year guy.
Zuby.
Yeah.
I think Zuby needs to be in. And then have you watched Mingo?
At Penn State? No, just his high school stuff. I have been
did some good
registering. He's putting up some awesome numbers.
Every time I check Penn State box score, I'm like, Caden, they get me watching Penn State basketball early. Hey, they're just solid. So
just doing everything he can to convince his brother to come play with him next year.
Look, there's my boy Ibuka Okori. There's a lot of guys making some noise right now that Money Williams has started to play good. There's a lot of guys.
He had a little 30 piece against UNLV the other day. I'm excited. It's on the list to get to.
I think he had a good game, bad game, and then just rattled off 2 straight. Like, hello, Money. So, this is the time of the year you start to really be like, hey, who's legit? And then you start to see, okay, when's the real test coming up on the schedule? And
Have you checked out my boy Nolan Minnesell yet? He's not a this year guy, but
You guys
he
won't stop
he
talking about the
he,
Sun.
he
I like can't stop talking about the Sun. Everyone in the world wants to talk about this guy. I need to watch him.
he put up big numbers against St. Mary's, against Washington State. He's a fun player. He's not a this year guy, but I was shocked.
Is he going transfer up next year?
I was shocked a bigger program didn't get him to this year. Like Minnesota, what are you doing? He's right down the street. Go grab him.
Good shout out from Jared in the chat. Cam Carr.
Yes.
How the heck is he not in? I was like, that was the one. I was like, what?
He was lower for me, just because I hadn't watched the game yet, and after 2 years of desperately wanting him to be a thing and playing like 0 minutes, I just kind of needed to see it. He'll be a lot higher.
I agree. I promise it's so hard with that first board.
Yeah.
Because we're usually making our rankings before the games really start. And then like if it gets like this year, we were supposed to put them out a week earlier, which people would have been like, oh my gosh. And then we had to film a mock. So we were like, wait, what are we doing? Let's just put the mock out this week, which was funny enough. The next day, I think it was coming out was right after Pete dropped 30. So we were like, well, everyone's going to love Pete at 15. They're going to think that's great.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's the first one. Don't get too caught up on it. I've been keeping track of these over the years, so I'm gonna put out a graphic one day because I've made note of every single board and how much movement there's been. Just need to get a good week to do a graphic design project for it. But yeah, I don't know.
And even guys like Juke Harris, and
Juke
Forrest is playing awesome ball. Mason Falslove has looked really good. You know, they're a lot.
Mo Sala at Georgia Tech looked really good.
Yeah. Okay,
big man. That's the guy that we saw at
yeah. No, I know.
Hoop Summit. I know. I just yeah. Who am I talking to? Come on, give me a break.
All right, it's about that time. Stock game time.
Here comes the money.
There you go.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
We've never been more back.
Okay. So for the newcomers, for the unaware, there's a fun little investment game that Rucker and I have been doing every year. And it's basically we just get $1,000 budget to work off of, and the prices are based off of the average rankings from our big board. So in the past, we did it the average community ranking where we would use different outlets, but turns out they're super inconsistent and unreliable and when they post, so it led to this being a really inconsistent and unreliable project, at least in terms of content creation purposes. So we're just using our average rankings, and there are 10 of us doing it, so why not? So the average ranking is in this left column for those watching on YouTube, player in the right, and their price per share. So the base price is $1 or $100. So if the average ranking for a player is $1, their price per share would be $100. So currently Cam Boozer was number one with an average price of 1.42. So his price per share is 70.42. Now on this first round, we only went top 60. So Blake Harper was 60. Average ranking was 63.67. So his price per share is 1.57. Anyone not in this top 60 is considered a penny stock, and they are $1 per share. Did I miss anything there, Rucker? Obviously, the winner is the one who makes the most money at the end of the year. We're doing this with No Ceilings Plus subscribers as well, so you guys will all be able to jump in, compete with us. Winner gets some free merch and whatnot at the end of the year. We got our butts kicked last year. I've smoked Rucker 2 years in a row now. Have I missed anything?
No, I'm 0-2. Lost the first 2 games on the road in the playoff series. Now I got to go home and defend home court. So big year for me.
It is.
I like this. Me and Metcalf have wanted to make this a way more reoccurring thing, but it was really, really frustrating behind the scenes having to wait for everybody else's boards to come out. So we were like, Jonathan, get Mickey Mouse to let you put out another big board. Come on, let's go. So
Yeah.
we were just like, let's just make this about us or make it more frequent. And I'm going to clip it up for YouTube. So it's kind of its own thing. So if you ever just want to be like, man, I really want to watch the stock game stuff, we're going to have a playlist for that too. So thank you guys. We've heard a lot of really positive things about this. Me and Metcalf love doing this. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah. All right. So we have to decide who goes first. If I was a gentleman, I would let you, but I'm not. And I think my case for going first, because I'm super competitive and desperately want to destroy you again for the third year in a row, looking for
Do
that
it.
repeat.
I can't beat you, so you get to go first. Do it. I'm not a coward. I don't want the easy way out. I want it to be well deserved when I win. So go ahead and break my heart.
There are two very obvious
Just
names.
do
at the
it.
top. There are two very obvious names. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Neo.
Yeah. Coward. Told you what I was gonna do today, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll take the first pick."
Here's number one on my board.
Okay, sure.
Let's see. So Neo Avdalas at Virginia Tech. His average ranking was 35.33 for 283 per share. 100. Yeah, that's a lot. We'll go 115 shares of Neo.
Okay. That's a good one. For everyone that's following for the first time, you can do your own. Me and Metcalf, when we play, if Metcalf picks one name, I can't pick them. So
Correct.
Metcalf
until one of us fully sell out.
Until one of us fully sell. So if Metcalf wants to have Neo the whole year, I can't get Neo. So that's
Correct.
why it's competitive and strategy also. I think we always forget to say that, but it's a personal.
Yes.
I'm going to go Cameron Carr. Give me 300 shares of that penny stock.
301. All righty. So you got $700 left to work with. I'm at 674. I'm going to go a Daimara.
That's a good one. Penny stocks are always.
I'll go. Man, I feel like I always like over diversify early and miss out on.
Yeah.
200.
You've won 2 years in a row. I don't really think your strategy's going to get many tears from me, buddy.
No, I know, but I am looking for more. I'll go 160 shares of a Daimara, so that leaves me with 515.
Okay. I'm gonna go 100 shares of Zubi Ejiofor.
Alrighty. He wasn't on here, right?
No, he was not.
All right.
I'm trying to get that first ROI, baby.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm torn between a couple names here. I'm gonna go Henry Vasar.
That's a good one. One year, I'd love to get this to a point where we have an actual, database or hopefully like an app or a website that I would like it to be cool if everyone could submit their big boards and it would average out all of the rankings. That would be fun. Private submission.
Yeah.
So you can't see until like the day of the stock game gets released. There you go.
So I'm gonna go. I think 50 shares of Vasar at 169 a share, average ranking of 59.1.
Okay.
So you have $600 to work with.
Damn right I do. I'm gonna go 50 shares of Merez Johnson Jr.
Oh, you son of a. Yeah, that is. If I went Merez on the last one, would you have gone Vasar?
Probably.
Okay. Those are the two I was
I have
torn
another
between.
big I was looking at too, but I like Merez more.
All right. Oh, do I go?
Oh gosh, so actually I just thought of this all wrong. So we're trying to predict the movement on our board.
Yeah.
Oh. So now I have to start thinking about people on our team and how this is going to be way worse.
Yeah, you got some wild cards.
Because I was just thinking, I was like, the public boards they're going to love this guy. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have to actually, that's going to be even more of a mental game because I'm going to have to like, that'd be hilarious if you guys are listening, you're going to play along this year. If you guys just start like trying to feel out who likes who on the team, that's going to be hilarious. Yeah. Being able to short guys would be really funny. So,
there are a lot of guys on here. I just haven't figured out how to do that one respectively or easily with my really high tech setup here. Okay, shoot, I'm still up. I need to pick someone. I'll go John Blackwell. He's currently at average ranking of 61.1. At 4 was 164 a share. Let's go 50. Yeah, I'll go 50 shares.
how much I got left? Sorry, it's always
$550.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 50 shares of Hans at 442 a share.
Yeah, he was next on my.
I think I'm gonna get spicy with my next one and maybe call it a day. Good list so far. Oh, I had another penny stock I liked.
Okay. I'm gonna go big game hunting. I'm gonna go Darren Peterson.
Oh my gosh.
This is
Also, I love for everyone that's like, how did Boozer end up number one on your guys' board? Well, he beat him by 0.16. It's like the closest preseason I've ever seen.
Do I even have enough money for this to make sense? I'm
tempted to.
You know what? No, sorry.
It's bold.
I want to
be really, really aggressive. Because if you don't do it now, you can't do it.
Well, yeah,
probably.
You would hope so. But I think I needed to do that like first.
Yeah.
Just the amount of money, it just I don't like it. I'll go Dalen Swain.
Oh, that's a good one.
Penny stock. Let's just go 75 shares. So I have 273 left to work with. You have 329 on the dot.
Okay, I'm gonna go 20 of Braylon Mullins at 923. I'm gonna hold on to that one for a while. I think that's gonna take a little bit of time, but will pay off. And then let me know what I have because I think I might do one or two.
You got 144 left.
All right, thank you.
So I'm gonna go Chris Senek at average ranking of 19.33 for 517 a share.
That's a fun one.
I'll do 20 shares of that. All right, you have $144.40 left.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna go 30 of Sergio De La Rea. I think he's still gonna be one of the best international guys.
He was penny, correct?
Yeah, Penny.
Okay.
I'm only going Penny hunting now.
I'm gonna go Matt Abel.
Oh, I tried to sneak it. No. I was like, gosh, I'm having such a good roll right now. That's a good one. Good. Oh,
I'll go 40 shares.
gosh, son of a can't swear anymore. Dang it, I want to.
I got a little spicy with the HE double hockey sticks earlier, so hopefully that slides through.
Okay, I'll go. What do I got left? Metcalf like 120.
So you have 114.40.
Give me give me 50 of Bryson Tiller.
Oh, that was next. Man, apparently that dude can shoot.
Gosh,
cover
I'm
off the
happy
ball.
learned how to putt. Jeez.
Okay, let's see. I got I have 129.65 to work with. Man, there are some names on here where I'm like, oh,
Okay.
I think they're so valuable, but I know a lot of guys on the team aren't in.
before we move forward, we have to make an honest pledge with the format this year between me and you and the listeners, because we have the power now to change the rankings with our board. You can't be breaking a guy and be like,
we're not going to.
Hey,
there will
I
be
got
no
Zuby
insider
on my
trading.
team.
There will be
I
no
got
insider
Zuby.
trading.
I'm going to move Zuby up to 20. Insider trading would be hilarious and getting called out for it. The shorty guys would be funny too. So I just say, like, we can't.
No.
I usually forget about the stock game until you remind me. So, like, I'm not going to have it in the back of my mind because, like, I always also just too stressed out about my rankings. So I'm just, there's an honest promise to the fans.
No, I promise I will not do that.
No shorting, no insider trading.
No stock, no artificial value inflation. There'll be none of that.
Since then I've moved Cam Boozer 15 spots down. No, I'm kidding.
It's like, oh, weird. Matt Abel's in my top 5. I may try and just pull one on you just to see if you notice. No, I won't. I'll go Isaiah Evans.
Yeah, that was. If I didn't get Mullins, that was my next one.
They're just so. It's like I don't know how the team's going to value him. Let's go 15 shares. That leaves me with 59 remaining. You have 64.40.
I'll go 20 of Ibuka Corey.
No,
my guy. If you want the stock, you're gonna have to come after me.
That was a smart one.
I can't wait till they play. I think I heard some wild good intel, but like a funny story. So I'll have to tell you off the air about it. I heard some good stuff.
Have you seen what Graham Ike's been doing with Gonzaga?
Bit of a beast.
It's like,
it's gonna be a good test for the ASU kid Friday. That everyone thinks is on lottery.
I'm gonna go Juke Harris.
Oh gosh, just dagger through my heart.
Like,
I get proud though.
15 shares.
I get proud though, because when I name drop guys like that and people actually like them, then I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not crazy.
Well, for now.
Plenty
of time. Plenty.
Oh
of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for you? You got
44. I had one. I have how much?
$44.40.
I'll go 20 of Mo Salah at Georgia Tech. Muhammad Salah. He's a penny stock, of course.
Yes,
putting up good numbers.
He's just massive.
He's just a madman out there. Gosh, again, another guy I got forgetting it's the dang No Ceilings crew, and you guys are going to be level-headed and not overreact too fast. Yeah, go with that one. It's fine. I like him though.
Right. Well,
I think that's going to be it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do it. Why not?
You did it.
Masamba Diop. I'll go.
Nice. Would you have done it before I brought up his name?
No, I totally forgot. So appreciate it.
No, it's stupid.
I'll go 15 shares. I got 29 left to work with. Low wiggle room for next month. All right. So to recap, I got Neo Avdilas, Adai Mara, Henry Vasar, John Blackwell, Dalen Swain, Chris Senek, Matt Abel, Isaiah Evans, Juke Harris, Masamba Diop. Rucker, you walked away with Cam Carr, Zuby Ejiofor, Perez Johnson, Hans Steinbeck. You like your big boys. Braylon Mullins, Sergio De La Rey, Bryson Tiller, Abuka Okore, and Mo Silla. And just again, the end value for these guys is after draft day. So guy gets picked first, his sold price will be $100 a share. So if Neo Avdilas goes first overall, I sell him for $100. I hold all 115 of my share. I'm going to make $11,000 on that. That would be fun. And obviously we're playing with real cash. No, I'm kidding. We'll have some sort we'll have some sort of fun stakes that we figure out. But again, no ceilings plus subscribers will get merch. The winner will.
Probably a draft guide.
Yeah, well,
figure
something fun. But we are almost done. Not quite.
Oh, you just amazing. Just continue. What? I mean, an episode like this, usually you have to pay like twice the price of admission. Unbelievable.
It's the No Ceilings Green Room. The most exclusive basketball club in the world. No more than 14 guys can get in. But it is not our lottery rankings. It's based on production, vibes, intel, vibes.
Vibes.
A lot of vibes.
A lot of vibes.
So currently, and again, no more than 14. I can't stress this enough. This is not our lottery rankings. But instead, only one guy gets in per week. Once you're in, you can be booted. The easiest way to get booted is to put a boot on and get hurt. We don't like injuries. It's bad for the vibes in the club. But currently in there, Darren Peterson, Koa Pete. They both good?
I think they're both good.
Okay. In line, Cam Boozer, AJ DeBonsa, Michael Brown, Bennett Sturts, Caleb Wilson, Malik Thomas, LeBaron Philon, Isaiah Evans, Hans Steinbeck. Anyone getting booted from line?
Can you give me like the three before Hans?
Malik Thomas, LeBaron Philon, Isaiah Evans.
Maybe Malik.
I was going to nominate Malik too.
And it's just more because of bad. Yeah, for everyone that's new,
we'll circle back later.
People keep coming back and forth. It's just one of those you go week by week. So, yeah, I would say Malik.
Okay. Anyone you want to put in line? I'm going to nominate Neo for.
Neo's got to go in line. Only if he wears the outfit from the Matrix.
Exclusively.
Him
and his entire entourage. Just.
Yeah. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix? Yeah, Neo's in line for sure. Do you have a nomination to get in?
Anyone else you want to put in line?
Oh, yeah, we do one each.
We can do as many as we want.
Yeah, that's true. To get into line, I don't.
Okay. Can I throw a Daimara's name out there for the line? Or is it too early?
In this economy. No, he's had a great year. He's had a great start to the year. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get weird. Let's throw him in there.
All right.
Let's throw him in line. Vibes are high with a die. He's got a little bit of a goatee now. Looks kind of like a good move for him. Maybe some Brad Miller-ish stuff. He's kind of looking like a European Sean Bradley on the court for Michigan. They're playing a big lineup. Yeah, they're playing a jumbo big lineup that's getting a lot of people excited. The vibes are high with the Daimara, so I like that. That's a good shout.
Okay. Anyone else you want to throw in, or are you comfortable with the depth of the line right now?
I was gonna say maybe some Ryan Conwell, but I don't think that's jumping the gun. So no, I'm good. That's
Okay.
fine.
Who do you want
that's
now?
okay.
Go in.
I think Caleb Wilson's got to go in.
It's between Caleb and Michael for me.
I think Caleb's got to go in. He had another good game, like another solid game. Mikel's got one. We're only doing one a week. I think Mikel's close to going in, but I would say Caleb needs to go in from
Okay.
the Kansas performance.
Or
is there beef if we let him in with Darren in?
Well, it's personal.
It's personal. And they kind of have a weird little drama thing with the wallpaper and stuff now. So is that going to cause tension in the club?
Are there not enough people in the club to keep them separated? And is it going to ruin the vibes in the club?
No, this is good. This is good. We're on to something here.
Or is it a friendly enough banter where it ends up making it a little more fun?
So it's okay. So let's talk about. So it's Koa, Darren, Caleb, all different personalities. Probably could all, take a corner of the club, generate some excitement in their own way. So this might be a strategically smart thing from the green room of being like, when we have 3 heavy hitters in the club, but
and like one guy's on the rooftop, the other guy's on the balcony.
If our club has multiple floors with like a genre on each floor, hey, the Caleb floor is going nuts. They're playing,
if it has multiple floors,
LL Cool J and stuff. It's getting wild up there.
We're so old. All right, I know I'm good with Caleb. All right, so Darren Peterson, Koa Pete, Caleb Wilson, obviously the first 3 names we thought would be in the green room to start the year. God, can't believe AJ DeBonsa just drowning in line.
Big. I'm not worried about Cam. Big AJ game this weekend, folks. Big AJ game Saturday versus UConn at Boston Garden.
It's gonna be a fun one.
That's a big one.
Right after that game is over, we will be live on the No Ceilings YouTube channel doing night shift. Steven and I did the one last week. We had a lot of fun with it. We'll recap that game, the rest of the day's events, biggest takeaways from the week.
I'm gonna pop in too. I'll be
all
there.
That kind of fun stuff. We're gonna keep it loose, answer questions, all that kind of stuff. It's a good time, and check out NoCeilingsNBA.com. Just an insane amount of content going up every day. Shout out Nick, just doing the Lord's work, editing all of it.
Awesome.
And I'll have my scouting files from this last week going up Friday afternoon. So keep an eye out for that as well for No Ceilings Plus subscribers. And hopefully some film breakdowns if I have the time to do it in the coming days. But until then, he is Tyler Rucker. You can follow him at Tyler_Rucker. I'm Tyler Metcalf. You can follow me at Team Metcalf11. Rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars, all that good stuff. Until next time, see ya.